Dr. Michael Gibson has helped us with the understanding of a lot of different important elements of cardiovascular and also interventional science, for example, the open artery hypothesis, as well as the importance of restoring flow downstream in the capillary bed in the open microvasculature hypothesis. We're here today. He's led a lot of large-scale international trials, including those of some novel antithrombins, such as the development of rivaroxaban in the ATLAS trial, and that's what we're here to talk about today. At TCT, a sub-analysis of Phase 3 data from the ATLAS trial offering a look at the efficacy and safety of rivaroxaban in patients with ACS and a stent. Specifically, what were you looking for in this study? What was your objective?
Well, you know, in the past decade and a half, we've always viewed stent thrombosis as a platelet problem. And we always think of the platelet side of blood clotting as separate from the thrombin side. However, there's a tremendous amount of crosstalk between these two pathways. In fact, the most potent stimulant of platelets is thrombin. So in animal models, it's interesting. The use of this antithrombin, this factor Xa inhibitor rivaroxaban, in animal models actually reduced the weight of thrombus in the stents on top of our usual therapy of aspirin plus clopidogrel. So we tested it out in this large trial, and what we found was there was a significant 31% reduction in the risk of stent thrombosis, and this is a very mortal event. What we also found is there was almost a 1% reduction in mortality among patients who had a stent placed. So as an interventional cardiologist, it's one of my most feared complications, yes. And it gives us reassurance that adding in something that blocks that other pathway may further reduce the risk of this very mortal event. There were 15,000 patients in the trial, and about 60% of them had a PCI, and most of those were stents. I should say also that among those who had a PCI, mortality was reduced. So for the conference here at TCT, the PCI patients, the stented patients, I think it's important for the interventional cardiologist to know that mortality was reduced among those patients that they care about.
So anything else that we need to consider, either presented here at TCT or just other news that we need to know?
I think, we're starting to understand that, we've worked very hard over the past decade on the platelet side. We have more and more potent antiplatelet agents. We've kind of asymptoted there. It's time to think about some new targets. We've got to open our mind up and think about, really attacking the problem in some new ways. And I think this is a very novel approach to it.
At ESC, we talked with Lars Wallenton and Michael Ezekowitz and Dr. Lip and a variety of others, and they're saying, we have so many new agents available for us, but they're not being as widely used as originally anticipated. Are we on a trajectory where they are being more broadly used finally, and if not, why not?
Great question. I think we have, to use the quote of our, some of our banking industry, we have exuberant enthusiasm sometimes. And if you look historically, take a real winner, aspirin, 90%, 100% use. It was a 10% per year climb to get to that point.
Wow.
We have to realize that that's the rate of adaptation of these new drugs. So we expect everyone to turn on a dime and to start using them tomorrow. The word just doesn't get out that quickly, and it takes a while for people to get comfortable with these new drugs.
That's really a good point. That's one that I think we'll add into the coverage due to the fact that neither Dr. Wallenton nor Dr. Ezekowitz mentioned that one, so thank you.
We have to still keep educating people about them and about the
benefits. And we're still doing
them.
that, right. Yeah, exactly. Anything else?
No, I think TCT was an exciting meeting. The device world continues to mature. I think it's exciting to see so many new stents coming along that actually limit stent thrombosis. We finally started to smoke the peace pipe between restenosis and thrombosis. And, right. Just a little bit of intimal hyperplasia or regrowth of the lining is good. It prevents thrombosis. Not going to cause restenosis, but it prevents thrombosis. So we're doing a pretty good job on that side. And I think the PFO stuff was exciting. I hope they continue to do a lot of investigative work in that field. I don't think it's ready for prime time yet, though.
Thank you, Dr. Gibson.
Thank you.
And for the rest of the coverage from TCT, please make sure you check out CardioSource World News and CardioSource Interventional News. I'm Executive Editor Rick McGuire.